What is going on, my little penguins? How are you all doing today? Welcome back to my channel. If you happen to be new here, be sure to subscribe. So, it is officially time for me to show off an update to the game room, because I know a lot of you guys have been kind of curious. And I also want to kind of give an update to my game collection so that everyone can kind of give requests that they want to for the games I have in my collection. Just so people know, what I do have. So, just to start things off, I'm going to go ahead and show the posters in the room that I just mentioned beforehand. That was the big surprise that I was hyping up or whatever. The main one. Because most of this I did, but Holden, of course, pitched in with a few of them when he had the chance, but he also had other errands he had to do at the time, so I managed to do a majority of these on my own, thankfully, so. And there's some behind the TV here. Batman, Phantasy Star, and or Batman right there, Phantasy Star 3, I believe. Here's Mana, Dragon Quest 3, Battletoads, Subterranean, or Virtual Kasparov, Tekken 4, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Skies of Arcadia. Got a bunch of different posters around here, to say the least. We don't talk about that game. The posters just look nice. Mega Man X, Tomb Raider. Got all those. Now, sorry the lighting's not the greatest. Unfortunately, I believe it's the camera, actually, with my phone. Actually, you know what? I think it might be the camera. Let me see if maybe I can try to show some of them off like this. There we go. And yes, full Pokedex from Gen 1, 2, 3. And you got Crystal over here, and then there. And then some rather old school stuff back there. Of course, got Resident Evil Heroes, or Sword of Mana, Borderlands, Soul Calibur, Crash, Spyro, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Oracle of Seasons, Metroid Prime Echoes. A lot of old school stuff from GameCube, N64, that kind of stuff. And we got some Xbox stuff in here too, which is pretty nice. Anyways. Now, regarding the meat of this video, the big thing that everyone is very curious about. How has the game collection updated? How many new things have I added? Well, in case you haven't seen the rundown videos, yeah, maybe go check those out. Those are new additions to the game collection. And of course the original game collection. But I say just stick with this video because this is the entire game collection as of right now. A lot of games have been added. As far as the hardbook covers, I might actually... Actually, you know what? I'm going to get these off the shelf real quick. We've got the hardcovers right there. Now, some of them I'm going to have to get up and get because some of them are over by my TV, so. But anyways, so regarding this game collection, as of the last video, I will give quick summaries of if I've played them or if I've not played them. And if I've played them, then I'll give a quick summary of my thoughts. But if I haven't played it, I'll just say, I haven't played this yet, but have I heard good things or have I heard bad things? Yeah, so let's get started. So, .hack last recode, or GU last recode. I still have not touched this. I need to get around to this ASAP, to say the least, because I've heard a lot of people talk really good things about it. Plague Tale Innocence, I actually have a review for this up on my channel, so go check that out. But honestly, I thought this game was actually surprisingly pretty damn good. I went into this with a bit of low expectations, thinking, this probably won't be the best thing ever. But it was surprisingly very story-driven and really, really good. Agents of Mayhem, I've played it a good bit before, and I know it's inspired from the Saints Row universe, and personally speaking, it's not my cup of tea, but I do enjoy it here and there, but I'm not like one person to go out of my way and be like, you know what, I'm going to play this obsessively, and, you know, but I might go back to it one day and try to platinum it, perhaps, I don't know. I'm really moved to grind like hell. Oh, and Holden's playing Valkyria Chronicles 4, so that's why you kind of hear some noise. You might want to turn that down just a smidge. Just a smidge. Yeah, it's good. Or you can turn up a little more. Alright, anyways. Next one, All-Star Fruit Racing. So I actually am playing this right now. I got this a while back for about $10, and I'll be honest, it's not bad actually. It's honestly a pretty alright racing game. Now, I do believe the controls could be better. The carts could feel a little less heavier because they feel very weird. You know what I mean? Like, the carts feel weird, the controls feel kind of stiff at times, but the game overall isn't too bad, actually, and there's a lot of unique factors to it that I surprisingly pretty much liked a lot. Now, it's no Mario Kart or no Crash Team Racing, but it's a damn good fun time, to say the least. Although online is dead, so that's kind of unfortunate, but again, it's not a bad game. Oh boy. So, this one I got for $2. I hear some updates are coming to it, but I don't know yet. I haven't touched it yet, but Anthem. Okay, look, I know it's a bad game. I know it had a really bad launch, but from what I've heard, nowadays it's not too bad. But, I don't know. I don't trust EA, but I'll give it a shot again, maybe. I'll at least try it again, see, or, not try it, I'm sorry. I might at least try to, you know, put it in my PS4 and at least try it a little bit. Because I've heard other people say that they've tried it recently, and they surprisingly said, it's alright. It's no Paragon, because Paragon was fucking terrible.
One map.
Yeah, this was the same thing. Paragon, one map, that was it. Did y'all just copy and paste Paragon and just name it something else? But I don't know. Maybe it is good now. I don't know. We'll see. Apex Legends, I played this a good bit, and I thought it was okay. I thought it was a pretty damn good Battle Royale. I'm not into Battle Royales, personally. I'm just always like, they're not my thing. They just feel overhyped and way too overrated in this day and age. I mean, if other people like it, good on them. I just personally am like, I don't know. Now, since this is part of the whole series, I will, of course, show all these games off at once, make it a little easier. Assassin's Creed 3. So, Assassin's Creed 3 and, of course, Liberation being attached to it. I actually don't mind Assassin's Creed 3. I think it's alright. A good Ezio game, but nothing spectacular from Ubisoft. Nothing spectacular, but pretty damn alright. I give it a 7 out of 10 from what I've played. It's not great, but it's not, you know, bad. It's just, I prefer 4, but I still enjoy 3 to an extent, but that's just me. Assassin's Creed Chronicles, I have not played this yet, but I've heard some damn good things about it, how people have said it's pretty alright for a side-scrolling Assassin's Creed game, so maybe I'll try it out soon. Assassin's Creed Origins, I still have not gotten around to this, but I've heard amazing things about it. I actually might make this my next platinum, to say the least, because I'm kind of in an Assassin's Creed mood recently. But maybe I might cover it on the channel instead, if you want to see that. Because I would gladly play this for the channel if you guys want me to, although I'm probably going to get really invested and want to play in my free time anyways, so... Shit. Anyways, next one, Assassin's Creed Ezio Collection. So, this comes with Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations. I played 2, and, I don't like 2. I think 2 is outdated a little bit, quite a bit actually. I mean, it's not the worst, but it's nowhere near as good as 4. It's just outdated. It could have been so much better. It did not age well. Brotherhood, though, was pretty good actually, and the Revelations, I don't remember too much about Revelations. It's a bit fuzzy for me. Anyways, let's get those back there. Next one, Batman Return to Arkham. I actually played these games a lot when I was younger, and to say the least, having it on the PS4, I'm really glad I can actually return to these games, because I'm honestly, to say the least, I happen to think these Batman games are how you actually do a Batman game. They're amazing for what they offer. Oh, this one. Oh my god. Oh god. This game. Don't bother going for the platinum on this one. Bendy and Ink Machine. Okay, I know this gets clickbaited to all hell on family channels, and that kind of drives some people away, like, ugh. But this game ain't too bad. It's surprisingly alright. I mean, honestly, I liked it. I thought it was a good short story-driven game that was actually surprisingly pretty good. The way the family of YouTubers just clickbait the shit out of this game and other titles like it. Why? That's all I can ask. Just why? Next one, BioShock the Collection. Now, I absolutely love BioShock. BioShock 1, amazing game. BioShock 2, my favorite in the series, surprisingly. And again, a really, really good game. But then Infinite comes out, and they cut about 35% of the content that was going to be in it, and why would you do that? You shot yourself in the foot. You had amazing ideas that would have made a game of the year, and then you just... Nope, we're going to cut 35% of it. 35 fucking percent of their game. Wow. Disappointment. Although Infinite, I still enjoy Infinite to an extent, but I do wish that some of the beta ideas actually made it into the final product, because that would have been freaking wonderful. Anyways, next one, Black Clover Quartet Knights. I've never seen Black Clover myself, but I've heard this game is surprisingly very, very good. And of course, Holden's a huge Black Clover fan, or at least
Not a huge fan.
Not
but
huge
I've
fan.
watched it.
He's watched the anime and thought it was pretty damn good, so hopefully he'll like it. Maybe I might actually get into it myself pretty soon. I don't know. But we'll see. If you guys want to see me play it, of course, again, let me know down below. If you want to see me play any of these games, again, down there, let me know if I haven't played them yet. Anyways, next one, Black Hole Complete Edition. So Black Hole, I don't know much about this game, but I gotta say, it looks surprisingly pretty damn good for a side-scroller. And it does have its puzzles, it has its hard moments, but again, it does seem like a very good game for what it offers, and I surprisingly happen to like it a lot, from what I've seen. Next one, Blade Strangers. So I just also want to give a quick disclaimer, by the way, to any fighting games you guys want to see me cover. The way I will cover those is by doing the arcade mode, if there is an arcade mode for the fighting games, for each said character, and then there you go. So, anyways, back to the review. So, I gotta say, this is an actual really good fighting game. I think it's honestly very underrated and deserves much more love. And I don't know if the online is any bit active, but if anyone could help me boost some of the online trophies on here, that'd be amazing. Because I think the online's dead, I'm not sure. But it would be nice to be able to get some of the online trophies done with, or even all of them, to say the least. Because again, I can't find any partners to actually play against and whatnot, unfortunately. So I think the online is somewhat dead for this game. Because again, not many people really know about it. But anyways. Your presence just pisses me off. I love your game, but wow, your characters. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. Okay, so quick disclaimer. I do love this game. I do think Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle is an incredible Blaze Blue game. The problem is the character selection. So, of course, you've got Blaze Blue characters, Under Night In-Birth characters, Ruby characters, and Persona characters. Now, the Persona characters where it sold me, because I love Persona as a franchise, I love the Persona fighting games, so I thought, for $20, I am picking this shit up immediately. And it was actually really good. But then I get to the character selection. There's only 4 characters per franchise. Now, look, I am glad that at least they've got, 4 characters each or whatever to kind of give some variety. But then the fact that you have to pay almost $100 freaking total dollars just to get the rest of the DLC characters, and then they decide afterwards, oh, here's a full edition for only $60 with every single freaking character. So then why release this and then label the other one as the Ultimate Edition? $20 and then freaking what? Almost over 100 for the rest of the characters? Bullshit! And then you just drop an Ultimate Edition for $60 freaking dollars. I'm on to you. That's shady. That shit is shady as fuck. At least in my opinion. But again, nothing really to worry about. Anyways, next one, Bloodborne. I actually played Bloodborne a good bit, and I did love it for what it was. I did beat the game. But that was only with the help of some friends because I can't get over this fucking game and its difficulty. Look, I love this game. I love it to pieces. But it's hard as fuck. And when I say it's hard, I mean it is hard. That's what I love about it, but yet it can be such a pain in my ass sometimes. Oh my god. But again, it's a really good game, and I recommend you guys check it out. Since it's only $20. Really good. Next one here, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Still have not played this, but I really should have played it today since it's Halloween. I gotta admit, it looks like a really good game, a Castlevania-inspired game, and I gladly would be gladly willing to actually do a playthrough of this on the channel. If, of course, I can get used to everything based around it. You know what I mean. Next one, Blue Reflection. I recently just got this in the mail, actually. I ordered this from PlayAsia. And it took about 2 weeks, but they did send the game in perfect condition. And let me tell you, from what I've seen of the game, it's surprisingly pretty freaking good. I actually like this game a good bit. Some people may say, oh, this game kind of feels a little bootleg to an extent. Well, I see why some people tend to say it looks a little weird and whatnot, but trust me. But aside the weirdness, and the game is absolutely great for what it is. Now, that's just from the trailers that I've seen. Now, I am going to, of course, get into this game pretty damn soon. Maybe I'll make this my next platinum. I don't know. But, again, it looks like a pretty damn great anime game, if you ask me. Now, here's another series I love that disappointed me with 3. Borderlands 1, great freaking game. I still love it to this day. Borderlands Handsome Collection with 2 and pre-sequel, and again, 2 is my favorite in the series because it does everything right, and the pre-sequel is pretty damn good. But then 3 comes out, and it feels like the writers just kinda went... They focus more so on gameplay instead of the jokes, the story writing, and everything else that made Borderlands so good in the first place. Because yeah, the gameplay with the guns and all that is what Borderlands, you know, for half is what it's half about. But the rest of it is all about the jokes, the story, and all that stuff. But it's like they just completely forget the story, and they're just like, hey, there's a shit ton of guns! A massive load of guns is not going to help your game. Quantity over quality? Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, I get what they were going for. I know they were trying to take a different, like, approach or whatever, but it feels like it kind of flopped pretty damn hard going with this approach. If they kept the story and they made a decent enough story, I could at least forgive the game and say, hey, you know what? It's a great Borderlands game, but it does feel like a Borderlands game. It is a good Borderlands game, but it doesn't live up to the first 2. It really does not, and that disappoints me. But I still like 3. I still, to an extent, like 3. I just don't think it's the strongest in the series, personally. Now, next one, Brawl Out. I played this a good bit, and it kind of plays a bit like Super Smash Bros., but with indie characters. And to say the least, I actually like this game a lot. I think it's pretty damn fun. Now, I think with friends, it'd probably be a lot better. And of course, if you guys want to see me cover it on the channel, by all means, I gladly will. Just don't make me do hard mode, please. I don't want to suffer. Anyways, next one, Bridge Constructor Portal. This game is actually pretty damn fun. Now, if you played Bridge Constructor, it's basically getting cars across the bridge and whatnot. This is, of course, the same game, except it adds a portal to it, where you have to get workers to the end of the... Oh, you can probably explain it a bit better. You have to get the workers over to the other side of the...
Yeah, but the other side could be right above you.
Yeah. So you have to carefully plan out your moves and all that. And it has Portal in it, and of course GLaDOS is there to taunt you at every frickin' turn, which I love GLaDOS. So, I'm just like, hey, taunt me some more. I'm on you, GLaDOS, because holy shit, I'll win the game, I don't give a fuck. Anyway, next one, Burnout Paradise Remastered. I love Burnout Paradise, and the fact that this includes the DLC as well, every single thing in DLC, that makes this game all the better. I love the DLC, I love the main game. Everything in here is great. I think Burnout Revenge might be the best one in the series, but I still think Burnout Paradise still holds up to this day and is absolutely incredible. And the frame rate, holy crap, it is amazing. And I mean, wow, I still, again, love this game to this day. And honestly, I mean, playing with friends as well, it makes it even more fun. But too bad I don't have any friends. No, just kidding. I have friends, but they don't have the same games as me for the most part. Because most of them see the games I have and they go, those games suck. And it's like, excuse the fuck out of me? Excuse the fuck out of me? Anyways, so next one, Call of Cthulhu. So Holden has played the full thing. I tried to play it on the channel, but I got stuck and I just was like, no. I may give this another chance, though. I definitely will think about giving this another chance because, again, from what I've seen of it, from what I've read of reviews, it does look very stylized. It does look like a good game. What I've played, it does play very well. It's just, it doesn't hold your hand all too much. It expects you to do everything on your own, like, of being like, do it! I'm not holding your fucking hand. I'm not giving you tips. I need tips to figure out where I'm going. No. Wow, you're a fucking asshole. That's all I can think with this game. Like, you're a fucking asshole. Honestly. I think my character to see that look. Honestly, Jesus Christ. Next one. Code Vein. I don't know why people hate this game. From what I've seen, some people at first tend to say, it's anime Dark Souls and it's terrible. I kind of like it. I mean, it could have been better, yes. It definitely had a lot of potential, but the story felt like it wasn't really there all too well. You know what I mean? And some of the AI feel a bit... But it's a pretty damn good Dark Souls clone, honestly. Not the best one, but a damn decent one, to say the least, that I rather enjoyed. And I actually made Kyrie Kingdom Hearts on it. And, yeah, to say the least, that came out pretty damn well. Next one, I love this game to pieces. Concrete Genie. This game is a masterpiece. And I'm just going to say right now, I love this game. It is an underrated masterpiece that you guys have to play. It is so damn good. That's all I'm going to say. But if you guys want to see me cover this on the channel, I gladly will. Because again, this is one of my favorite games of all time. And one that I genuinely adored. Next one, Control. I got this for about $20 actually. Because when it first came out, it started bricking consoles pretty damn bad. And then it dropped to 20. And of course, when Holden and I saw it at a GameStop, we were like, because I was only able to get like something with $20 or whatever, and I was like, okay, something that's $20, something that's cheap, because it's just like, go for something cheap, and I'm like, okay, because you know, and I saw this, and I'm like, Control is so good. This game, it's $20. And I was like, we need to get it, and I played it. Final thought, I loved it. I thought it was really good. There were some flaws, but again, I still think this is a pretty damn great game. Very unique for what it offered. A lot of great things about it. And honestly, Jessie, she's a little... What would you say about Jessie, the main character? Like...
Emotionally void?
Very emotionally void, but she has character development, right?
She has character, but that is her character.
Yeah, she's just kind of like void of emotion. She's kind of like confused and like... But it's not like she's... Yeah, she's inquisitive. She's not like, like, you know. She's just very, like, conflicted by her surroundings, I guess you could say. But she does make for a pretty complex character, which I liked. Anyways, next one's Crash Insane Trilogy, Crash 4, It's About Time, and Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel. Now, in case you guys don't know this, I love the Crash Bandicoot games. They're some of my favorite games of all time, and I grew up with the Insane Trilogy as a kid, and of course I also grew up with Crash Team Racing. And ironically, my mom and I used to actually play a lot of Crash Insane, or Crash whatever, the third one especially, Crash 3 Warped, and oh my god, the amount of hours we would put into the game just to try to get all the relics and all that, and try to beat each other's times, even in Wrath of Cortex, oh my god. Tell you, Wrath of Cortex sucked. And unfortunately, my mom didn't like this game all too much, but I loved this game as a kid. And of course, seeing these games get remastered, I was on the hype train immediately, and I was like, I need to get these immediately. Of course, I had to wait a little bit to get this one, but on my birthday in 2019, I actually got this on my birthday. And I was so freaking excited. I played this for hours on end, and it was an absolute callback to childhood. And it brought back so many great memories. Great games. I highly recommend you guys try. Now, this next one, I only have the third one in the series. I wish I had 1 and 2, but those are hard to find. They're like $100 or whatever just to find a new copy, which is ridiculous. Danganronpa V3. Got his best boy. Why did he have to... I'm not going to say anything. Spoilers. Spoilers. I'm going to say, I'm going to go into a quick spoiler. All your favorite characters will die in this. That's all I'm going to say. Throughout the entire series, all your favorite characters that you get attached to are more than likely going to die.
The only characters that survive are meh.
Excuse the fuck out of me.
They're meh.
First of all,
Nobody does.
First of all, Shuichi was good, and Himiko, yeah,
She wasn't mad. She was yeah.
yeah. You know what I mean? That's what I was going for. The yeah. Please don't mind our terrible impressions of Himiko. But Himiko's precious. Anyways, next one's Darksiders. Okay, Darksiders. Darksiders. To say the least, I never played this one, but I've heard great things about it, and I'm actually gonna get around to it soon. Darksiders 2. I played this the most. I loved it as a teenager. One of my favorite RPGs of all time, and honestly, I'm pretty excited to get back around to revisiting it, to say the least. And then Darksiders 3. Heard some average things about this game when it first came out, but honestly, I don't think it looks too bad. I think it looks alright. Maybe not the strongest in the Darksiders series, sure, but honestly, I might try it out and just say, hey, fuck it, you know what? It don't look too bad. Am I forgetting something? Oh, yeah. Whoops. I kind of forgot that Darksiders 3 came down here. Whoops. Anyways, next one's here. Oh, boy. Dark Souls. Played this a lot in high school, and it made me rage to no fucking end. I hated this game as a teenager. Now I love it, to say the least. I don't know why. Dark Souls 2, I only played the freaking first boss. I died, and I rage quit completely as a teenager. Again, I didn't like Dark Souls as a teenager, but yet I still kept playing somehow and trying to beat it. And then, of course, Dark Souls 3. I don't know if this is my favorite in the series, but I do like all three nowadays, like I've said. And again, I've never played 3. Still have yet to get around to this, but the first 2... it made me rage quit a lot as a kid, or as a teenager. And then, of course, nowadays, somehow I still love Dark Souls. I don't know how the hell I suddenly just am in love with the series. Like, and nowadays I think the games are pretty damn great. Just like with Bloodborne. However, I prefer Bloodborne. Completely with the setting, the story, the characters, all that. With Dark Souls, I mostly enjoy the gameplay and the characters. The story kind of makes me like, meh. I'm not really into medieval stuff like that, but I gotta say, the story for what it goes for is solid. Next one, Days Gone. Still have not played this game yet, but Holden has. He said it's too hard. I don't know if it's really true. I mean, it does look like it gets rather a little difficult later on. I don't know. We'll see. Now, I've covered these 2 games on my channel. Currently covering one of them right now, because I clearly played the first one. Dead Rising, absolutely love this game to pieces. Dead Rising 2, love this game to pieces even more than Dead Rising 1. They're both solid games, damn great ones. I'm so glad they got remastered, whatever, they put onto the PS4. Or, well, HD graphics, all that stuff. But still, I'm really glad these came to the PS4. They're great games, and they're so much fun to play. But having off the record on a disc kind of makes me sad. Anyways, next one. This is a very polarizing game. Death Stranding. I still have not played this. Holden played it, and it's just walking and walking and walking, and I'm like...
There's probably like a total of maybe an hour and 30 minutes worth of actual story in the game, and another 9 hours worth of walking.
I mean, environmentally, though, it does look amazing. The setting is really grim and dark, but yet I still honestly kind of really like the setting.
It's a bunch of filler.
Of course, again, everything else feels a bit... You know what I mean? But I think that's what Hideo Kojima was going for. Something a bit empty. Something that makes you feel like... I think he was going for the feeling of, like, feeling alone in the world. You know what I mean? Something like that. Like a symbolic message of sorts. I don't know. But I'll definitely try it out at some point and see what I think, of course. But that'll probably be later on. I'm not for disappointment. But anyways. The Blob and The Blob 2. Grew up with these games. Loved them to pieces. I mainly grew up with 2. And I got into 1 slightly after The Blob 2. And personally, I prefer 2, honestly. But 1 is still an absolute great game. And I highly recommend you play both, guys. They're both really good games. Destroy Humans remake, again, great remake. The first one, the original, amazing. 2, I need to get back into 2, actually. Because I've heard things about 2 being pretty damn great. Just not as great as the first, but still pretty damn great. But this remake is a perfect remake of the first one. Challenging in some areas, but then again, I do like the fact that there's additional challenge. And again, I do recommend you guys playing this because this is a faithful recreation of the original. Path of the Furon, we don't talk about that game. Next one, Detroit Become Human. Great story-driven game, actually. And one I actually genuinely loved. Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. That's kind of where this game came from, the people that made those two games. And to say the least, the Detroit Become Human, I think this is my favorite of those games. Although Heavy Rain is still amazing. Beyond Two Souls, unique concept, but the execution is a bit mediocre. We'll have to go back and play it at some point. But anyway, Devil May Cry HD Collection. I don't have 5 as of right now. I don't have 4 on disc, which sucks, but I hope to get it on disc. I do have 5 on digital, though, and I have Teenage Dante as well. So, I got those on digital if you guys want to see me play those. But as far as these 3 go, I'm going to have to give it a 2. But I love all 3 equally, personally. But I have to say 2 is the better one by default, to say the least, but that's just me. But I do love all 3, like I said, equally, because I think they're all great games. Now, next one, Digimon Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory. I don't know why people hate this game, but then again, the navigation system is a bit... why? I mean, Holden especially complained about the navigation system, because apparently... there apparently isn't one. But I like the gameplay, honestly. I like the RPG.
There's no quest tracking system. There's no notes or log you can look at.
I have to agree with that. That's where I find it aggravating. Now, this series, some people have been begging me to play this game, or all the games in the series. Unfortunately, I don't have access to 1 and 4. I do have access to 2 and 3 on PS3 because PlayStation Now. I don't know if they have 1 and 4 on there, but I will check. But Disgaea 5. So, I've heard, again, amazing things about this series. And from what I've seen, it does look really, really good, ironically. And at first I was like, I'm saying ironically because at first I was like, this game feels cheap. Now, why the fuck did I think that, first of all? Because, now don't slaughter me. Because at first I thought, what? And I heard people obsess over this game. But after seeing it for myself, now I can see why people love this game. Because it's amazing for what it offers from what I've seen of it. And when I get around to playing it, I hope to God that I absolutely adore this. Because people are saying, if you love RPGs, you're going to love this one. I'm hoping to God I do. Next one, Disney games, Aladdin and Lion King. I only grew up with Aladdin. And the Lion King game, I keep hearing some people on Facebook go, oh, well, it's like Dark Souls. It's the original Dark Souls. How? And then I play it for myself, got to the I just can't wait to be king level, and then I'm like, yep, original Dark Souls right here. And y'all saying all these other games are hard as hell? No. That motherfucker takes contender for hardest fucking game back then. Lion King was a pain in the ass. But, again, both really solid games that still hold up. And I'm really glad that they got HD ports or whatever over the PS4, because now I can actually relive those childhood classics, especially Aladdin. Because I loved Aladdin as a kid. Next one, The City of Final Fantasy. I've heard some people say negative things about this one in particular. But I think, honestly, the way Dissidia plays is a very unique playstyle with fighting games, ironically. When I first saw it, I was like, this feels weird, but yet unique and compelling to an extent. I don't know why. Now, I don't know why people tend to hate this game, and as a Final Fantasy fan myself, not a big Final Fantasy fan, but Holden's a bigger one than me. Of course, Holden said that this game is very... what's the word? What did you say this game was? Mediocre.
I really didn't play much more than the demo.
But you thought it was mediocre or whatever?
I don't know. It just kind of felt thrown together.
Apparently he says it feels thrown together. I'm not sure what to think of it myself. I personally think it might have been cash grab, but I mean, throwing all the Final Fantasy characters together and having them fight in such a unique playstyle or whatever, to me I thought, that feels pretty cool, but putting all the Final Fantasy characters together feels kind of weird. Now, if you put a story like they crossed over from dimensions, I don't know if they did that, by the way. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but if they went for a story like they crossed over from different universes and they were enemies to each other and they had to take down some big evil force, kind of like with other fighting games like Super Smash Bros. Brawl, like Subspace Emissary, that would make sense. I'd be like, it's been overused a lot, but if executed right, it could be pretty damn good. But anyways, next one. Doom 2016. I really like this Doom game. I think it's a great one. Now, Doom Eternal, I unfortunately don't have, and I really, really want to play. It's so freaking bad. God, if I can get a physical copy of that very soon, I would literally die of fucking happiness. Oh my god. But for now, though, I have this one, and this holds me off pretty damn good, because it's a great Doom game. Of course, I do think that gigabytes are a bit excessive. 70-something gigabytes to install this game? Jesus Christ. But I may go back and try to platinum this very soon, because I actually got through most of it. Shh, we're getting around to that, eventually. Alright, next one. Dragon Ball Fighters. I'm not crazy on Dragon Ball, but I think this fighting game does look really, really good for what it offers. Now, Holden is a bigger Dragon Ball fan than I am, so this is more so like his kind of game.
Still not Tenkaichi Budokai 3.
But still a good fighting game to you?
Decent. They went back to that kind of side view fighting.
Yeah, side view fighting, more or less. But still, I like the side view fighting games, honestly. I think those games are pretty damn great. Now, 3D fighting games, I do like Xenoverse to an extent. I do think Xenoverse is pretty fun. Now, what was the other ones you mentioned? The other Dragon Ball fighting games? Are those on PS2, by the way?
Yeah.
I'll try those out at some point, because they do sound interesting.
Tenkaichi Budokai 3 being the best one with the most available characters out of any game.
I'll definitely have to try it in the future. But like I said, I'm not too big on Dragon Ball. But I do think this game's pretty damn fun. And of course, I might try to get back into Dragon Ball if I can. I'm not big on anime, like I said, but I'll at least see if I can get back into Dragon Ball at some point. I may try to get Dragon Ball Kakarot, maybe. But I don't know. Next one's Dragon Quest XI, Dragon Quest Builders 2, and Dragon Quest Heroes 1 2. Now let's start with the big elephant in the room, Dragon Quest XI. I honestly was very mixed on Dragon Quest as a kid. I always thought, it's like Final Fantasy though, why is it so big? Then I played Sentinels of the Starry Sky, and I actually got addicted. I was like, oh, I love this game, I love this game! And then as I got older, Kingdom Hearts, Persona, Tales series, those are my main RPGs. Eternal Sonata was another favorite of mine. But then, of course, Dragon Quest XI came out. People were like, you gotta play Dragon Quest XI, it's so good! And I'm like, maybe? And I did play it, and I actually really adored this game a lot. I mean, wow, for what it offers, and for what I've played so far, I'm adoring it. And I can't wait to get back into this. If you want to see me do a walkthrough of it for the channel, definitely will when I go on a JRPG spree. Next one here, again, Dragon Quest Builders 2. A great, great Dragon Quest spin-off. Kind of plays like Minecraft combined with Dragon Quest. And again, it's done pretty damn great. I hope to find one eventually. Hopefully soon. I don't know when I will, but hopefully soon. Next one's Dragon Quest Heroes 1 2. From what I understand, these play like Dynasty Warriors, but of course it's Dragon Quest. And I don't know which one I prefer, but I have to admit, both look really good. I've not played them yet, but I'll get around to it eventually. Now, Dying Light. Played this one. I think it's more fun with friends, personally. To take Dead Island and combine it with Mirror's Edge, that's what this is, basically. But I mean, it's not the worst, but it's not the best zombie game I've ever played. It's pretty good. Now, with friends, it's a bit of a more fun time, but that's really about it. At least for me, anyways. Anyways, next one. Earth's Dawn. I still have not played this game yet, but from what I've seen and actually, seen people play of it, again, it looks solid. Kind of looks a bit like Odin Sphere with its playstyle and all that, and I honestly think to myself, you know what? Maybe I'll get into this, actually, because it does look really compelling enough to where I'm like, you know what? I want to try it. I might install it after this video, actually. But anyways, next one, Alex. I've heard some mediocre things about this one. But I mean, it doesn't look too bad. It looks like in concept it could work, but in execution it might run very mediocre. But I'll see when I get around to it. Oops, sorry. Next one, Everybody's Golf. A great golf game, actually. A very fun sports game, too, to say the least. And I'm surprised that it actually is this good. And I'm finding it pretty damn addicting. And to say the least, if I ever get back into this, I definitely want to play with some friends, because it feels like it'd be much more fun with friends. Definitely. Exist Archive, The Other Side of the Sky. I've heard some mediocre things, some very mediocre things, but I may try it for myself and see how it actually is, honestly, because the plot sounds a bit compelling to me, but maybe it's worse than I think. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know. I'll get around to it when I can. Next one, Fallout 4. Look, I think New Vegas is the best Fallout, but honestly, Fallout 3, decent game. Fallout 4, pretty alright, like I said. But again, I think New Vegas is where it's at, but with the DLC in this, it adds more content and more reason to explore in the game, which is very nice. But realistically, would I say it's the best Fallout game? Maybe not, but still a pretty fun time. At least for me, anyway. Now, Far Cry 3, right here. I absolutely love this game to pieces, and I don't see why the hell people hate it so much. But, well, I've seen a lot of people praise it. I've seen a lot of people say, meh. Now, I got into this because my dad actually played this, and he was like, don't buy it, it's absolutely garbage. And I was like, is that bad? And I rented it from a Redbox for Xbox 360 back then, and I played it, and I loved it to pieces. I didn't want to return this, actually. So, of course, I ended up basically renting it every week that I could when I went to my grandparents, and I played this I just kept playing and playing. I love this game so damn much, and when I finished it, I felt kind of sad. But then I got a physical copy, so that was pretty damn nice. And then, of course, Far Cry 4. Oh, gosh, Far Cry 4 is a complete disappointment compared to 3. Yeah, I want to say 3 is bad, 4 is just... Ugh. I'm being honest, the playstyle feels so weird for 4. Oh my god, clunky as shit. But then New Dawn, I'm surprised to say that it's a surprisingly good Far Cry game. I actually like it. Now, I have 5 on digital, by the way. I want to get it on physical eventually. I have Primal as well on physical. Or not physical, digital. And again, not played Primal just yet. I want to get it on physical eventually. But if you guys want to see me play Far Cry series, that's on PS4, by all means, I gladly will. But I will not be enjoying 4 all too much as the other ones. And I'll explain why and when I review the said games. But bear in mind, again, these are just my opinions, so wait for the reviews to come out, and I'll explain further why I like or why I don't like said games. And again, if you like the said games that I've said I hate, that's your opinion, and I completely respect it. Just know that, again, it's just not my cup of tea. Anyways, Fate Extella, The Umbral Star. I've not seen the anime, but I've played the games, and I think they're pretty damn fun, actually. They're very good for what they offer, and they play a bit like Dynasty Warriors, and again, they're good. They're very, very good. That's all I can really say, because it's been a while since I played them. Let me get these ones out. Oh, shit. No. Oh, thank God, you're okay. Whew. Thank Jesus. Alright. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Incredible remake. I absolutely love this game. Final Fantasy X, my favorite Final Fantasy in the series, and of course 10-2, HD Remaster. Again, 10 is my favorite. 15, mediocre. It plays alright, I have to admit. I like the playstyle, I like the gameplay of it, but the characters feel kind of bland, and the story feels a bit bland too. But the environment and gameplay are what I actually think are pretty damn great about the game. And Final Fantasy Type 0, have not played it yet, but I've heard some great things about this, how it's practically a very great HD port of a PSP game, I think. I don't know what this originally came from, but I haven't played it for myself. But I hope to God when I get around to it, it's actually good. Because I've heard a lot of people hype it up and say it's great, but I don't know. But I've seen a lot of people that have Final Fantasy in their collection, of course, have Type 0 with it. And it's like, well, let's see. You know. Next one, Fists of the North Star, Lost Paradise. Plays a bit like Yakuza, but the fan service for Fists of the North Star in this game is amazing. Everything about this game is great. And honestly, I do recommend trying it out if you're a Fist of the North Star fan. Now, of course, Holden being a huge fan of Fist of the North Star, he, of course, even said himself, he thought the game was really, really good. So, of course, that should be a good sign that, of course, this game is really good. And again, it is. It's a really great game. Next one, Flashback. I actually have not played this. I've heard that this is a remake or whatever of an old school 90s game for the Sega Genesis. I don't know what to think of it, actually, but it looks pretty good. Geometry Wars, we don't talk about this one. Ghostbusters, the game. This is how you do a Ghostbusters game. This is really good. Honestly, the old school material from the 80s or whatever and putting it all in here, along with the original voice actors and making your own Ghostbuster and taking on a lot of the original ghosts and whatnot. Again, this is how you do a Ghostbusters game. This is how you pay tribute to the original source material. This is a great game, and I highly recommend you guys try it. Ghost of Tsushima right here. Holden has played this. I have not gotten around to it yet, but I've heard this is an incredible game. And from what I've seen, Sucker Punch, how do you go from a raccoon who steals stuff or whatever, then to superhero humans, to samurais? And do it so freaking good. I mean, wow. From what I've seen, it looks really good. I can't wait to try it out. Next one here, God Eater 3. Still kind of mediocre to me. I have not played it myself. From what I've seen, combat looks pretty good, but I've heard some people say the story is a bit Now, I've not seen the anime for myself, but I am going to try to watch it at some point on Hulu. I think God Eater anime is on Hulu. But I've heard the games are a bit mediocre at best, so I don't know. I'll see for myself when I get around to it. God of War 3 and God of War PS4, I guess we'll call it. 3, honestly my favorite in the God of War series, and then this one kind of blew me away, actually, with how really good it was. Now, personally speaking, do I think it's a 10 out of 10? Would you say this is a 10 out of 10? Because I personally think definitely not a 10 out of 10, but it is a very, very, very good game for what it offers. Now, I'll of course explain why I don't think it's a perfect 10 out of 10 in, well, later review, once I play through the game again. Because from what I remember, it's not perfect, but it is a very great game that takes a great turn, honestly. Well, takes the God of War franchise in a different direction and makes it pretty damn solid, to say the least, in the best ways possible. Just not masterpiece-wise, but again, very good. Next one here, Grand Theft Auto 5. I like the Grand Theft Auto games, and I like 5, but I think 4 is better with its physics and all that, but 5 is still pretty damn good, at least in my opinion. But the online is kind of... Anyways, next one. I wish I could find the first one, but I can't find it anywhere for a good price. Gravity Rush 2. I love Gravity Rush. I think the Gravity Rush games are incredible. Now, the first one, I have it on digital, of course. Well, PlayStation Now-wise. So I can only play it that way. And, of course, I have 2 on physical, thank God. And it is really, really good for what it offers. I think it's a great game. It's unique, it's underrated, and it needs more love, honestly, because of how good it is. Now, Guilty Gear XRD Revelator and Guilty Gear XRD 2 Revelator. From what I've seen in these games and what I heard people say, apparently they don't like Guilty Gear, but I actually like Guilty Gear a lot, to say the least. I think the games are damn great. Best fighting games ever? Maybe not. But still pretty damn solid fighting games from what I've played, and from what I've seen of them. Harvest Moon, Light of Hope. I've never actually played a Harvest Moon game in my life. So, jumping into this, again, I might not actually jump into it anytime soon, but I'm probably going to jump into it soon if I can. Holden, I think, has played Harvest Moon, right?
Yeah.
And you liked Harvest Moon, right?
It was alright. It was a little relaxing game. It was what was around before Minecraft.
And Animal. Well, it was around the time as Animal Crossing, right?
A little bit before that.
Huh. Well, again, I've not played it myself, but I've heard some damn great things about this one. But the Mad Dash one, I've heard negative things about it. But I've heard, from this one, I think I've heard alright things too. Pretty good game, stuff like that, but I'll have to try it out for myself at some point. Next one here, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. This game is so damn good. Short, but oh my god. The fact that the people who made Teenage Dante for Devil May Cry or whatever actually made this game, that surprises me. And the people who made Heavenly Sword as well, those creators made this game, and it is a great game. I mean, again, I highly recommend you guys play this. I got this for about, I think it was $30, I believe, or no, about 25 actually. It was 25 bucks on Amazon, and it was so damn worth it. This game is so freaking good. I recommend you guys play it. Hitman 2, maybe not the best Hitman in the series, but a damn great title if you ask me. And honestly, from what I remember playing of it, I had a fun time playing it. As a Hitman fan, it's really fun. And the graphics are freaking solid, the frame rate especially as well. The gameplay is still, again, as fun as always. Now this one, Horizon Zero Dawn, is this a masterpiece? Would you say Horizon is a masterpiece?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. This is a masterpiece right here. Now again, I'm not saying that, of course, God of War, is like bad or anything like that. It is very good. It's the same high level quality as Horizon Zero Dawn. But right here at Horizon, they get incredible things done here. And they make Aloy an incredible character in my personal opinion. And the environment, the setting, the story, everything about this game compelled me enough to where I'm like, you know what? This is interesting. This makes me want to go to the end. I like this. But then again, it might be because of the fact that they combine futuristic stuff with, like, I guess you could say, would you say medieval kind of stuff, technically? Kind of medieval-like stuff with futuristic things put together, and in a unique way. That was actually surprisingly really good. Next game, Indivisible. It's a great RPG, if you ask me. Very underrated, but I highly recommend you guys try it out. From what I've played of it, hand-drawn animation when running through and all that, and just overall the whole game is hand-drawn. Again, my God. Platforming combined with RPG action and a 2D art and animation stuff, infused with intense real-time battles, and recruiting over 20 playable characters. 20! Yeah, this game is worth it. I highly recommend you guys try it. It is so fucking good. Okay, so Injustice, Gods Among Us, great fighting game. From what I remember, combines all the DC superheroes, if I'm right, and it's made by the same people who made Mortal Kombat, I believe. Again, great game, actually. Great game. And then 2, again, I have to admit, this is a damn solid Injustice game. For a sequel, it's good. It's really good. But between the two, I like both equally. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll have to play through them all, or through them both again to then compare the two in the future. Next one here, Inside and Limbo. I've not played either of these, but I've heard incredible things, so I'll have to get around to those at some point. And hopefully they're really good. Journey to the Savage Planet. Holden recently finished it, and he loved it. I have not played it yet, but from what I've seen of it, it looks really good. And apparently there's commercials that are in this, like random little commercials that are really wacky. So I might have to get around to trying this at some point, see what the hell those are about. Judgment. I think this takes place in the Yakuza universe, but combining this with detective work and all that stuff makes this game surprisingly really good. Of course, I gotta get back into it, of course, but from what I've played of it, it's really good. Oh, next game's here. Childhood favorites, grew up with these, still love them to this day. Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 HD Remix has, of course, Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, and Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, and then, of course, 358 over 2 days and Recoded just as cinematics, but then, of course, you get to play Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, Chain of Memories, and Birth by Sleep in full, and again, they're amazing games that still hold up to this day, and I absolutely adore the hell out of them. Now, they do have their flaws, but I still love them to pieces. Then, of course, Kingdom Hearts 2.8 has Dream Drop Distance, 0.2, and, of course, and a whole HD cinematic of back cover. And, of course, Dream Drop Distance, in my opinion, it's not the greatest Kingdom Hearts game. I'd say it's the weakest in the franchise, but still a great game. But definitely the weakest, if you ask me. And then Kingdom Hearts 3, I know people tend to hate this game because it was rushed or whatever the hell. Look, I think this game could have a lot more potential. I think Disney just got a bit too involved. I feel like they had much more plans for it, and it's very obvious that they did. But of course, I'm sure Disney got in the way of it all. But I think it's still a great Kingdom Hearts title. Not as good as 2, but it's still a great game. In my opinion, at least. The next one, King of Fighters 14. So, this is actually a fighting game I genuinely appreciate more than Street Fighter. I don't know why, but I've always preferred King of Fighters personally. I don't know why exactly I do, I can't explain it, but from what I've played of it, of this one especially, pretty solid fighting game actually. Now I know these games are games that people don't really like all that much, especially since one of them was a launch title for the PS4. Knack and Knack 2. Look, I like Knack as a game. Do I think it's the greatest launch title ever for a console? No. No. But as standalone games, they're pretty good, actually, for platformers. They're not the greatest in the franchise. I give them a 7 out of 10 each, but they're still pretty good. At least to me, anyway. I still think they're pretty damn solid. Anyways, next one, LA Noire. I love this game to pieces. This is a great game from Rockstar. And I think this may be one of their strongest titles. And to say the least, I am so freaking glad they ported this over to PS4 and gave it a remaster treatment of just giving it ultra high definition to make it even better than before. And for its time, it was damn good. It felt like I was playing an actual movie. And that was awesome. Let me get these ones out. Series. Lego City Undercover, great Lego game, great open world aspect, and just so much to do in this game. Lego DC Supervillains, still have not played it yet, but I've heard great things about it and heard it's one of the greatest Lego games in the Lego games franchise. Lego Incredibles, great game, great story. It follows the story of 1 and 2 perfectly, and to say the least, it has a lot of Pixar references and whatnot through and through. So, of course, it's not just The Incredibles, but you have a bunch of other Pixar references, like Finding Nemo, Toy Story, Bug's Life, all that sort of stuff. And I like that as a Pixar and Disney fan. And then, of course, Lego Jurassic World. Surprisingly, a damn solid Jurassic Park adaptation in Lego. I actually really like this game a lot, and I see why it got the PlayStation Hits, label or whatever, because it's a great Lego game that is worth being recognized. I don't know why it's just that game in particular on the Lego Worlds, but again, pretty damn solid. Alright, next one here, Little Big Planet 3. I happen to think Little Big Planet 3 is a damn solid game. Of course, I think 2 is the better one, but I still love 3. I still think 3 is a fun time. Now, this is supposed to be Saint Seiya Soldier's Soul, but I got the Spanish copy for some reason. I ordered this from Amazon for like $20. It said English/Spanish copy, so I kind of expected, I can choose, but they sent me a Spanish copy, but that's okay. So Saint Seiya Soldier's Soul, aka Los Caballeros del Zodiaco, Alma de Soldados. I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. But from what I've seen in the game, and from what I've played, it's pretty damn good. It's a good fighting game. And I've never actually seen Saint Seiya for myself. I'm personally not into 80s anime, but I will at least try to give it a shot again and see what I think of it, to then try to jump back into this game and see if it's faithful to its original creation source material. Maneater, great game. I still think it honestly deserves a little more content to make it a bit more immersive. Well, that's still a damn good solid game, very short. It's kind of what Jaws wanted to be, but then kind of failed to be. And honestly, again, great solid game that I genuinely love. Max the Cursed Brotherhood, great platformer. Just finished it today with, as far as like getting the platinum and all that. Great game, like I said. Great story too, actually. Great characters. And I like this game for what it is. Of course, the villain, though, he looks really fucking creepy. But I'll get around to that when I cover the game. Next one, Medieval. I know I quit on this game because of the fact that it was a bit like hair-pulling. I don't think it's a bad game. I think it's an amazing game. It's just at times this game can get very aggravating, especially those little trolls that steal your fucking weapons. I hate them. But again, a great game. A great classic that I'm so glad they remastered, because this game, it still holds up to this day. Just for me, though, in the moment, I wasn't feeling it, and personally, it was getting on my nerves. But I'll try it again in the future once I figure out the game entirely, at the very least. Next game here, Mega Man 11. Amazing revival of Mega Man, honestly. I really love this game, and I think it's very stylized, very polished, and a great Mega Man game, personally. Not the best one in the series, but again, a great one. Metro Redux comes with Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. And again, I didn't actually know that these were part of a best-selling novel. That's surprising. But it has both games with all the DLC, so that's honestly really exciting, to say the least. Now, I've not played much of both these games. I played a little bit of them, and I thought they were pretty damn creepy, but yet great shooters. And personally speaking, I do want to, of course, get back into them. Maybe I might read the novel first if I can find the novel anywhere, but we'll see. My number 9, mediocre. Not gonna say much. Get that out of here. Get that shit out of here. Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Great sequel to Mirror's Edge. I personally loved it. I thought it was a great game. Monster Energy Supercross, the video game. Pretty damn solid racing game, actually. I surprisingly thought it was alright. Monster Hunter World. I honestly think that this game is better with friends, but it's still a damn good, solid game to say the least, and I genuinely appreciate it a lot. Apparently it has Horizon Zero Dawn content. I didn't actually notice that, but I'll have to actually check that out when I get back into this game. Mortal Kombat 11, great fighting game, although personally the whole Aftermath DLC, but I might actually go ahead and buy it eventually and try it out and see what I think. My Hero One's Justice, great anime game for My Hero Academia. I've seen a few of the episodes, and I need to really get back into the series because I've heard amazing things about it. But this is a damn great fighting game for My Hero Academia. Sorry, I'm getting the name mixed up so bad. I'm sorry. It's late at night, and I'm trying to remember the said names. My brain's like... But again, amazing and really good fighting game for the franchise. And apparently it's very, very good with sticking to the source material. Sorry. Anyways, next one. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. I've not watched much Naruto, but I've heard this game is actually really good for a fighting game. So of course, I actually might get into it and at least see for myself. But again, I don't know much about Naruto, so I can't really say much. Need for Speed. Great racing game for what it is. Feels a bit weird at times, and of course the live action cutscenes throw me off a little bit at times, but I think it's still a damn great, Need for Speed game, personally. Nier Automata, amazing game that I love from start to end. Although some of the areas got a bit... the shooting areas in particular. But other than that, this game was amazing for what it offered, and I absolutely loved it to pieces. And the soundtrack especially, oh my god. Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, they're gonna make me cry like the first 10 minutes. But damn solid freaking RPG, and I absolutely love it to pieces. It's charming, it's adorable, it's a great game to play, and I highly recommend you guys check it out, especially if you're a Studio Ghibli fan, because yeah, Studio Ghibli got involved with this game, and they did amazing with getting involved in this. Next one, Neo. I think this game's a bit too hard for me personally, but I do see what it's going for, and I do like it for what it is. It's just aggravating. But Team Ninja, didn't they make Ninja Gaiden? Team Ninja, I might have to look into that. But again, I personally just can't get into it because it's a bit too hard for me, but if someone could teach me the basics of it and teach me a bit more how to play it properly, then that'd be very much appreciated. Next one, Nitro Plus Blasters Heroines Infinite Duel. Great fighting game, actually. A bit random, to say the least, but I gotta admit, pretty damn solid fighting game for what it is. Next one, No Straight Roads. Great game, highly underrated, and honestly, I have to say, at first, with it being all buggy when it first came out, that kind of threw me off a little bit. But for what it offers, it is an incredible game, and I hope to God that the bugs are fixed, because the dev team has said that they will be fixing the bugs as time goes on, and they listen to all the fan base or whatever, because they have their own Facebook page, they hear the complaints, they of course read the comments and all that, so that's really appreciated. So, hold on. Ugh, sorry about that. I get a tissue over here. Anyways, so as I was saying, great game, and I highly, highly love it. It's got a lot of potential for it, and for $40, bit of overpriced, a little bit, but if it was $30 on sale or something, do get it. It is really good. Anyways, next one, Odin Sphere, amazing amazing game that is so stylized and utterly gorgeous, and I love it to pieces. I highly recommend you guys play it if you haven't. Okami HD, incredible game. I'm so glad they ported this because this game is artistic as hell. It is gorgeous, has a great story, great characters, great gameplay. Everything about it is amazing. Now, Mega Quintet, I've heard some bad things about this game, and apparently, on the verge of destruction in a world, singing might be their only hope. What? That's all I can think when I see this game, but I don't know. Maybe it is good, maybe it's not. I don't know. We'll see. One Shen Bar is Z2 Chaos. Pretty damn good game from what I've seen. And I've actually talked to a lot of people who have played this, and they say themselves, it's surprisingly pretty damn solid. And from what I played of it, at first I couldn't get into it, but after revisiting it, it's a damn great game for what it offers. Next one, Onrush. Still have not played this yet. I might get into it very soon, actually. I might install this later. But from what I've heard, it's a great racing game. Now, of course, I'll have to see for myself, but if you guys want to see me play for the channel, let me know down below. Override Mech City Brawl. Pretty damn solid mech fighting game, to say the least. I haven't played it for myself, but I've seen some gameplay. It looks pretty solid. Overwatch, I personally have played it, and I kind of suck at it. But if someone can give me some tips and maybe, teach me a bit about how to play it properly, then do let me know down below if you can actually teach me how to play, because I would love to get back into this. Because, again, it may seem overrated, but, I mean... Anyways, Persona 5, great game. This is what actually got me into Persona in the first place. And actually, let me show you guys something quickly, because I have some of the other Persona games right here. I've got Persona 5 Royal and Persona the dancing games. I do like the dancing games, actually. And they come with this little booklet if you get the Dancing All Night edition, or the Endless Night collection, which comes with Persona 3, Persona 5, and of course, Persona 4. You get a digital code for it. Where the hell is... Oh yeah, the discs are on top of one another for Persona 5 and Persona 3. It's like right here. And you got the booklet here, which shows all the characters. This is, of course, right here. And of course, as you flip through, you see all the characters in game, how they look and all that, which is great. And as someone who absolutely loves Persona 3, who absolutely loves Persona 5, and adores Persona 4, I still think these dancing games are pretty damn great rhythm games. A bit weird, but... Now, Persona 5, I did think it had a little bit of flaws in the base copy, or the base version of it, the vanilla version, but then Persona 5 Royal fixed all that and made it so much better, and I love this game. I love both these games. This is like a pretty damn good start, and then of course this comes out and it's like, it's amazing. And the steelbook cover, guys, holy shit. Again, I love this steelbook cover. I love it to pieces. Oh wait, hold on, let me turn it back around. There we go. Let me get this over here. Get back where you belong, you damn game. Here we go. Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville. Pretty alright shooter, I guess. It's not my favorite. I did somewhat enjoy Garden Warfare 1 and 2, and then this game came along and I was like, hit or miss. I mean, realistically, I thought it was a hit or miss. So anyways, next one, Prey. I've not played Prey for myself. Holden has played Prey, and what did you think of Prey?
It was different. That's for damn sure.
It's definitely different. From what I've seen of it, I'm not sure what to think of it, but I will give it a shot if people want to see me play it. Next one, Puyo Puyo Tetris. I do want to get 2 eventually, because it's coming out soon, but this game is a really good puzzle game, personally speaking, and I genuinely love it to pieces from start to finish. It's a great game, and I highly recommend you guys at least try it out if you're into puzzle games. Amazing game. Really fun, too. Ratchet & Clank, played this game, loved it to pieces. And the movie, but this game, yep, I recommend it. Honestly, it's a great game. It's short, but again, really good. Next one, Rayman Legends. Artistic, beautiful, an incredible Rayman game, and I very highly recommend you guys try this out. Red Dead Redemption 2, I still have not played this yet, but I've heard incredible things, so whenever I get the chance to really clear my hard drive, I'm definitely going to install this and try it out. But if you guys want to see me play it, again, let me know down there. Next one, Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered. Not sure what to think of it, actually. Still have not played it yet. Redout, surprisingly a pretty solid racing game. Reminds me a bit of F-Zero and Wipeout, but to say the least, it's not bad. It's actually pretty good. Now let me get these ones out here. So next one's here, Resident Evil Origins Collection. Absolutely loved 1. 0, not sure how to feel about 0. I have not played 0. Resident Evil 2 Remake, amazing remake of 2. My God. Resident Evil 3 Remake, I have not played it yet, but I've heard people say it's very disappointing. That's way too short. I don't know for myself yet, but I'll see. And then Resident Evil 7, which I thought was a damn good Resident Evil game. And honestly, if I ever go on a Resident Evil marathon, I will definitely be playing all the games. Now, bear in mind, I have 4, 5, and 6 on digital. I really want to find them in physical, but you guys know my feelings about 5 and 6. Not for me. But I'll still play it if you guys want to see me play it. Anyways, Rime, a very solid adventure game that is absolutely beautiful from beginning to end. I highly recommend you guys try this out at the very least. It is so damn good. It is so worth your time. Rise of the Tomb Raider, great Tomb Raider game. I absolutely loved it from start to end. I had this on Xbox 360, got it on PS4. Really good game. Recommend it to all you guys. Especially if you're a Tomb Raider fan, it's definitely solid. Anyways, next one. Roman Rumble in Las Vegas, Asterix and Obelix. Very weird game, to say the least. Very weird, but very charming, too. Now, I've played a little bit of it. Thought it was pretty damn solid, but I'm going to have to get back into it and try it again. Now, someone could tell me what the hell this game is all about. Do let me know down below. It seems very underrated, though. Saints Row the Third Remastered. Love this game to pieces. I think this is the best one in the Saints Row series, although I know people are going to say, but 2 is the best one! 2 is still very solid, but a bit outdated in my opinion, in my personal opinion. But do I think it could have used the remastered treatment? Hell yeah! I do wish that Saints Row 2 did get remastered in the same way that Saints Row the Third did. But again, this is a damn great remaster, if you ask me. Samurai Showdown, I love this fighting game to pieces. I think it's a great one. It kind of feels like Dark Souls of fighting games. I guess you could say to me it feels like that. But yet, it feels really good and fun to play. Scribblenauts Mega Pack, great games. Very unique for what they offer. Scribblenauts Showdown, disappointing as fuck. Shadow of Mordor. I believe this plays a bit like Batman, Arkham City, except it's Lord of the Rings. It's a pretty damn good Lord of the Rings game, actually, and I'm surprised at how decent it is. I'm not big on Lord of the Rings, but I gotta admit, it's a pretty damn solid game, whether you be a big Lord of the Rings fan or you're not a Lord of the Rings fan. It's a great game for what it offers. Next one, Shadow of the Colossus. Amazing game, still holds up to this day. I'm surprised that the PS2 could even handle this game. Holden actually got me into this, and again, it may seem repetitive, but I still think it's a damn good game. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, absolutely love this game to pieces. I know some people say, I don't know, but I actually really like it, personally speaking. I think it's a damn solid Tomb Raider game. Shenmue 1 and 2, oh. Have you seen the soldiers? They're over there. Have more emotion in your fucking voice for fucking rip this game on my fucking PS4. Okay, but being serious though, the English voice actors suck. For its time, Shenmue 1 and 2 are good games, and I think they still hold up. It's just, I think the English voice actors are kind of bad. Now, the Japanese ones, I'm sure, are much better, but I have not seen for myself, but hopefully they're much better. Next one, Shining Resonance Reframe. People have said this is very mediocre, but I'll have to see for myself. I think it looks pretty stylish, personally speaking, but I don't know. Soul Calibur 6, pretty damn great fighting game, actually. One that I genuinely enjoyed from start to finish. I still think 4 is the best one, but I still love 6. South Park The Fractured Butthole, holy shit, hilarious game from start to finish, and I highly recommend you guys at least try this out. It is hilarious, it's funny as fuck, and it's a great game. The SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, really solid SpongeBob game, still holds up to this day. I am so glad that this got the remake treatment. It is so freaking good. My god, I thought it was absolutely fun from start to finish. Spyro Reignited Trilogy, again, amazing remakes, very fun from start to finish, and I still love them to this day. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, basically Star Wars but Sekiro. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, by the way. But a damn good solid Star Wars game, actually. I'm surprised at how decent this actually was. I'm not a Star Wars fan myself, but this game actually is pretty good. Now let me get the rest of the games, or some of the other ones over here. I'm going to try to pull them all out from this shelf over here. Try to stack them up. And, yeah, we're going to try to go from there. Oh, boy. This is so ugly. Oh, boy. I had a whole shelf of these over there. Oh, boy. This is going to be lovely. Alright, so next one, Strength Brigade. Have not played it yet, but it looks really good actually for what it is. Styx Shards of Darkness. Not played it yet. Well, I've played a little bit of it. And I believe it's a stealth game. Not sure what to think about it, but it looks pretty damn solid. Subnautica, not my cup of tea, but for what it offers an underwater survival game, pretty damn solid. Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz. I don't know why people hate this game. I love this game, actually. I think it's a great game. Not the best Super Monkey Ball in the series, I'll admit that. But a damn solid game. Super Neptunia RPG. Great RPG. Very stylized and utterly gorgeous. And just so, so good. And I highly recommend you guys at least try it out. It is so freaking good. And then, of course, Tales of Berseria. Still not played it yet, but I'm going to try it out. Tales of Vesperia. Pretty damn good RPG, actually, from what I played. And Tales of Zestiria. I've heard this is mediocre. I hope it's not. I hope it's actually good. But if it isn't, I'm going to be so ripped. I'm going to feel so ripped off. I'm going to feel so fucking ripped off. Next one's this Tearaway Unfolded. Pretty damn good game, right from the Little Big Planet creators. I think it's pretty damn solid. What are you doing? Oh my god. Evil Within 2. Pretty good sequel to Evil Within. I personally prefer the first one. The second one, again, pretty damn solid, but not the best sequel ever made, but I think it's still pretty good. I actually like it to an extent. Heavy Rain Beyond Two Souls. Heavy Rain I love. Beyond Two Souls, great concept, but meh execution, if you ask me. But I'll have to get back into it at some point. Last Guardian, absolutely adorable game. I love it. It's utterly beautiful, if you ask me. Kind of like Rhyme, actually. Oh, please don't hate me for these next ones. Please don't hate me for these next ones. Last of Us, amazing, amazing, amazing game that I love to this day. And Last of Us 2, painfully mediocre. There, I said it. If you love this game or you hate it, by all means, that's okay. I have no problem with if you love it or if you hate it, whatever it may be. But please do not resort to death threats because of a game being bad. Don't be childish. But honestly, again, I do think this could have been better. Significantly better. This is a disappointing sequel. The first one still holds up really well. This one, And I'm not mad because Joel died. I am a little mad that Joel died, but it's more so for the fact of the story felt kind of all over the place. Now, the gameplay did feel fine, I'll admit. But overall, I feel the story could have been at least a little better written, if you ask me personally. I don't mind knowing Abby, but here's the thing. If you went for something like Joel died a hero or something like that, that would have been nicer. It would have been like he went out as a hero or something. I don't know. I'll get into that when I review these two games together. You know what I mean? Kind of compare the two, like what made Last of Us so great and why Last of Us 2 turned out to be painfully average. Like I said, I'll save it for that. Please do not hate me. And then here, the non-airy games, Zero Escape, and I believe, what was the other one? Zero Escape and then something else. Two non-airy games. Who is this? Wait, hold on. 9 Companions, Choose the Path. Yeah, it's pretty much... Yeah, Zero Escape and then something else. But basically, these games are from the same people who made Danganronpa, I believe, or are part of the same company who made Danganronpa. And between Danganronpa and non-airy games, I kind of really like these games, but I prefer Danganronpa more, because they have more compelling characters that I actually like. But I had to play more of this game first to really see if I actually start to enjoy the characters a bit more, because I do happen to think the characters in this game are pretty damn great, but we'll see. Alright, next one's Sims. Love this game to pieces. Sims 4, by the way. Love the game to pieces, although I think 3 is pretty good. 2 might be the best one if you ask me, but 4 is pretty damn solid in consoles, but PC, better. Next one, Technomancer. Very average. That's all I'm going to say. Wonderful 101. Amazing, unique game that I highly recommend you guys try out. It is so freaking good. And then Thief. Painfully average. Gotta say it. Let me get these ones out. Alright, so next one, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. Amazing remakes. Love these games to pieces. And oh my god, I am so glad I went for this instead of Ari and the Secret of Seasons, because that game looks very... I don't know. Really glad I went with this remake, though, because I love it to death. Anyways, Trackmania Turbo. Yes, okay. Trackmania Turbo. Amazing racing game that I happen to enjoy the hell out of and think is amazing. But that's just me, personally speaking. But again, amazing racing game for what it offers. Very fast-paced, very fun to play. Turbo Saves the Universe. It's so weird that it's so good. That's all I can say. Uncharted and Drake Collection. Very solid trilogy up to this day, even. And am I excited for the Uncharted movie? I don't know. I'll go at least try to watch it when it releases, but I don't know when it releases. But whenever it releases, I'll at least try to see if it's pretty damn good. Anyways, Uncharted 4. I've heard some great things about this, actually. Some pretty damn great things. Personally, though, I don't know what to think. So, I'll have to try it when I get the chance to try it. And then Uncharted Lost Legacy. I thought the spin-off was very... It was good. It just doesn't hold up as the rest of the Uncharted games, but I didn't think it was terrible. I just thought it was okay. I thought it was pretty alright. But no hate to those that actually do like it. If you like Lost Legacy, that's great. It just wasn't my cup of tea, but I thought it was alright. Under Night in Birth, great fighting game that I happen to adore. Valkyria Chronicles Remastered. I've only played a little bit of it, but I hope to get back into the series soon. But it's a pretty damn solid war game, actually, with great character development. Valkyria Chronicles 4, Holden's actually playing this right now, and the character development in this is really strong, and the gameplay looks amazing, the story seems incredible. And then Valkyria Revolution, not sure what to think about this one. But Holden said he's going to get around to it and try to play it and see if it's actually shit or whatever. To see if, people are actually right about it being absolute garbage or whatever the hell. Because I hear people constantly saying, oh, well, it's kind of bad, actually. And it's like, is it? I hope it's not. Next one, Velocity. Great indie game. I think it's an indie game. It's really solid, actually. Very good, very stylized. And I actually got the Critical Mass Edition, which comes with 3 expansions, exclusive making of documentary, and a studio booklet. Which is nice to have, actually. Warhammer. I got this for Holden for our anniversary. And plays a little like Left 4 Dead. Pretty solid game. Just not my thing, though. But, Warriors All-Stars. Great Dynasty Warriors game, if you ask me, in my personal opinion. I think it's very fun. I think it's very good for what it offers. Now, next one. Let me get these away. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh god, I'm having problems here. I'm sorry. Watch Dogs 1. Pretty solid game. Not a good start, but pretty good for what it offers, in my opinion. Watch Dogs 2. I actually like it a bit more than 1. Maybe it's not the best thing ever, but I think it's alright. I think it's pretty damn solid. And then Watch Dogs Legion. I got the Ultimate Edition, by the way. I think Watch Dogs Legion is a great game, to say the least. And I'm not being paid to say that, by the way. I wish I was getting a little bit of money from Ubisoft, but just where they at least sponsor me. Actually, maybe not Ubisoft, but again, this is a damn great Watch Dogs game. I think it's absolutely great for what it offers, and I highly recommend you guys try it out. It's great. And I mean, I know people are going to say, oh, but it's Watch Dogs, it's Ubisoft, all that. I understand that. I understand why people are going to say that. I get it. Oh, it also comes... The Season Pass comes with Watch Dogs Complete Edition. Why the fuck was I not aware of this? Shit, I didn't even know that. Anyways, I got the Ultimate Edition, and I'm really happy I got that because... Holy crap. It comes with the Season Pass, the main game, and the bonus content. Which I'll have to go into that when I actually review said game. Anyways. Alright, so next one here. Wipeout, great racing game. Love it to pieces. Never played the originals, but this game, great racing game, if you ask me. Wolfenstein, haven't played Wolfenstein, but I've heard some great things about Wolfenstein in general. World of Final Fantasy, that was a pretty alright Final Fantasy game. Not the greatest thing ever, but pretty damn good. Yakuza 0, and I have Yakuza 6. Let me get that out quickly. Now, I only have these two. I have 1 and 2 on digital, and I like the Yakuza games. I think they're great games. I've not played 0 just yet, or 6. I played 1 and 2, loved 1 and 2. 3, 4, and 5 I need to get around to. 6 and 0, still have not gotten around to them yet. Don't slaughter me for that. Please don't. But I do hope to get around to it very soon. Let me get these right back in here. And then, of course... Oh, where's that? There we go. Yoku's Express, very unique game. Highly recommend you guys check this one out. It is so good for what it offers. It's kind of like pinball platformer, and it's very unique for what it offers. Again, try it out if you can. Sounds weird, but it's a great game. Yooka-Laylee in the Impossible Lair. Plays like Donkey Kong Country. Very hard, but a great game. Great sequel to the original Yooka-Laylee. And then Zonky 0. Spike Chunsoft. You did amazing with this game. It's incredible from what I've seen. I haven't played it myself yet, but from the things I've seen, it looks great as fuck. And I got this for $30, the Day 1 edition, which comes with the soundtrack for Zonky 0 and the game itself. And again, for $30, I would highly recommend getting this. But yeah, that is going to be all for the update to the game room and, of course, the update to my game collection. So I mostly also showed the game collection again, more so because I want to ask you guys, what would you like to see me cover on the channel? Because I never really got the chance to really show you guys what I have, per se, as of right now. So to show you guys like what content I have right now that I can just go ahead and cover. Oh, I also forgot to mention, there's some other stuff here. There's 3 more things. I almost forgot about these. Sorry. Alright, so I got Catherine Full Body here. The Steelbook, by the way. got Bayonetta and Vanquish, so of course I'll be covering Vanquish pretty soon. I did cover Bayonetta. Writing a review for that currently. Getting Outlast 2 reviewed ready. It's going to be a bit, though, before I release it, but I'm getting it ready. And then Dragon's Crown Pro Battle Hardened Edition, which is... holy shit, I'm really happy I have this game. And this steelbook? Look how solid this steelbook is. Like, Jesus Christ. This might be some of the best steelbook I've seen for gaming. And it comes with skill cards, which I have them over there. Let me get those quickly. I'll show you guys these skill cards. The Battle Hardened Edition, by the way, like I said, comes with these skill cards. Sorceress. Let me show it off a little more. Sorceress. Wizard. Dwarf. No. Don't fall. No. Fuck. Common. I know, very common, basic, like me. Amazon. Not the streaming service, not the shop itself, not the online store. Elf. Not the Christmas movie. And Fighter. So yeah, that is all for the updated game collection. So as I had mentioned prior, I wanted to go ahead and show off the gaming collection and kind of ask you guys, like, what do you guys want to see me perhaps play for the channel, because I have a lot of material I can cover. But of course, there's some games that you guys might mention, like, oh, how would you play, insert a game I don't have here. And of course, I won't be able to, of course, play that because, again, I don't have it. So that's kind of why I started the PayPal to, of course, fund towards not just that, but of course, further equipment. So then, of course, if I want to cover games like, say, Danganronpa V3, I can at least get a capture card so I can cover that. Because I can cover 1 and 2, but I got to find a way to adjust the audio to where it's perfect. You know what I mean? So I kind of need equipment to adjust the audio just right for 1 and 2, so I can, But anyways, that's going to be all for this video. And yes, I have 1 and 2 on digital for Danganronpa. Anyways, that's going to be all for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what games in this collection that you guys want to see me cover on the channel. And of course, I will write on the list and go down the list as I, do more walkthroughs and all that. And I'll see you little penguins in the next video.